So, what I'm about to say next, and I know it cannot just be me because I hear from close people of mine as well, friends, say the same thing. And it's the fact that it feels that boomers' advice, so parents and boomers, like grandparents, it is not just not very applicable, it's absolutely out of this world. And maybe this is just a natural progression because I've been noticing this a lot. For example, when my parents give me advice these days, they're like, hey, you should probably get a real job. You should go back to school and finish your degree. You're 26 years old, you live in the basement. All these and I get it, I get it. Their advice is meant to get you better. They think they're doing what's best for you, or they're telling you what's best for you. But the way they go about it, and it's just unapplicable. And no matter how many times you explain or tell them, hey, this is what I've chosen to do, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is why, this is how the world is laid out right now, and this is the play, this is the move. What you guys did back in your day no longer works, it's no longer applicable, and yet it will never make sense to them because they may agree with you in the moment, but 3 days later, I get hit with the same, so are you going to finish school or what? Oh man, and sometimes more and more of the things they do and say, you just start thinking, hey, I think it's just time for our generation to take over. And although Gen Z, a lot of us were like kids basically, because in when our parents were this age, they already had 2 or 3 kids and they were married and had a house, or maybe even your grandparents did that. And a lot of us at this age we're basically older kids, or so it seems, at least on the outside. And it just seems like anything they say is so far off, it's unbelievable. Maybe the fact that there's technology and so many things are changing so fast that even just the previous generation of our parents, it's that different. Grandparents would tell your parents the advice, hey, go to school, get a degree, get a house, have some kids, get married, whichever order you want to do it in. And that worked relatively well. But if you do that now, it's not working for anybody. I'm not talking about the outlier of, a few people who actually were able to get on that track and they are fulfilled and they're well off by it. Most people aren't. And a lot of us are stuck in this limbo where maybe you found something that you want to work on and maybe later you're going to turn it into a career. And some of us are just kind of in between as well, where we're not sure what we want to work on, but we also don't want to go to school because that's bullshit. The coolest thing is, because I work at a coffee shop right now, I have noticed, I have conversations with some people 10 years younger to me. If I'm 26, they're 16 working there. Some of them are 17. So those high school kids, I asked them, so that's a typical question, what do you want to do? And you know what's interesting? It's actually more shocking than I thought. Every single one of them, every single one, I mean it, they said they will take a gap year to work because A, they really need money. And I was like, why the fuck does a 16-year-old need money? And 2, they're not sure what they want to do, and it's become a lot more acceptable. And I asked, well, do your parents support that? I support you. Hey, I think you should. I went into uni when I was 17 and changed my program like 3 times and dropped out. Clearly, that is not the play. So good on you for taking that time for yourself after high school to figure out what you want to do. But do your parents support it? And some, yeah, it's like 50-50. Some say, yeah, they support me. Some say, this, you're stupid, whatever. But the fact that it's shifted so much that the newer generation, people born in 2000 and something, who are much younger, it is becoming a normal thing to not want to go to university or college. To whereas when I dropped out of it, it was like the world is ending. My parents are like, well, that's it. You're the biggest failure, whatever. So that's interesting. And now you might think, okay, so what are they going to do? Are they going to listen to their parents' advice? A lot of their parents are of the previous generation. Maybe some are younger, in their 30s, 40s, 50s. But that advice is so unapplicable. It's just funny to listen to. And most of the time when I hear it, I just It's just in one ear, out the other, because I cannot physically process it. It's literally like you take a human being who lived in a different time that you weren't around at all, like hundreds of years ago, as if, or they live in a parallel different dimension, or they live on a different planet that's similar to Earth. It just feels so far off, and they are so out of tune with the younger generation or with the world. They might understand, yeah, like my dad will complain, oh, the fucking gas prices are up, oh, the economy is shit, oh, look what Trump is doing, look what these guys are all doing. Why are we paying for rain tax? Yes, in Ontario we pay, or Toronto, whatever city, but I think it applies here as well. In Ontario as a whole, we pay for rain tax because it rains, and the usage of the sewers increases our taxes. We're paying for carbon tax, whatever. I'm not going into all that. So they kind of understand the economic situation, but they don't understand how to play it for their kids. And so their kids sound to them like they're speaking gibberish. And to us, our parents sound like, what are you talking about? You're out of this world. All of your advice is nonsense. And maybe that's just part of them getting older and you stepping in to be the generation that's in control, but not fully. Because a lot of boomers are still in control of the world. A lot of boomers are the politicians, and they have no idea how things work these days. It's not even funny. Like, how can they keep living in a world that's so out of touch? I mean, in our parents' generation, self-improvement has not been a thing, because they were more worried about building a family, surviving, and making some money, keeping a job. That you see some of the problems that they have, and you're like, yo, we will never have these problems because a lot of us know about self-improvement in general. A lot of us go to the gym more than people back then did. So we're not going to have those problems that our parents have. And sometimes those problems even seem so childish. Like, how can you be getting mad at the same thing over and over and over that happens continuously and you can never address it? It's just unbelievable. And at first I was trying to fix it. I was trying to really, put my opinion in there and be like, hey, this is not how you do things. Your way is inferior. Learn the new ways. I'll teach you the new ways. But it turns out it's like, unless they want to themselves and they really, really take it up, it's not going to change. It's not going to do anything else. And honestly, it's just a waste of effort. Sometimes you're better off just showing by example. Do the thing you're talking about yourself, and then that may help more people around you who care enough to help themselves. But all that is to say is that I know I'm not the only one who thinks this way. I know a lot of you guys out there are also kind of thinking, are my parents just crazy, or am I crazy? Like, there's no way that there's such a rift. Either I'm completely wrong and I'm doing something, but I can't be, because everyone in my generation's feeling this way and doing this. And yet the parents' advice is so different, and what they think you should be doing is it's just different. And I know I've said the same thing 5 times. It's still mind-boggling to me to this day. Every time I hear them say something new, it's just like, yo, that is so far off. Where do you live? And I'm just like, whatever, I'm going to ignore that and move on. Whatever. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Thanks for watching.